Good morning from Effigy Mounds National Monument, Sny Magill unit. I'm going to see what I find down here. This is completely separate from the main Effigy Mound National Monument location, which is up on the bluffs further north of here. And even there's two sides of the Yellow River along the Mississippi River. This is an unusual location because it is on the river. I am in what I would consider floodplain, and I knew I was safe coming here now because the river levels are very low. Now normally the effigy mounds are built, yes, reference to water, usually overlooking water on bluffs or something. But every once in a while you find one that is low near the water. An example of that would be the Big Bird at Devil's Lake State Park. But most of them are way up on bluffs overlooking. All right, I believe I've reached the mound grouping. It's just a short wander down the trail, about a couple hundred yards. And I think this is my grouping. You can see I have these unmowed areas here, a couple conical mounds, and there should be some other more animal shapes further down. So what I'm going to do is do a little time-lapse walk down there. Well, it's on the river. It's a little raised up here, and it is a gorgeous spot with sort of an inland water here. I know these things change over the years, and certainly since these were built thousands of years ago, things have changed. But there's huge bluffs just over here. You can see everything right now because I am here, believe it or not, in November in short sleeves. And all the leaves are off so you can see what's going on around us. It is pretty down here. I love this spot. This is a gorgeous spot on the river. Now that I've done my research, Google, there are over 100 mounds in this cluster alone. That's a lot. Most of them are simple conical mounds, but as I see, there are a couple of big birds, a couple of bears, and a whole bunch of just some linears and a whole lot of conical mounds. So let's go identify those birds first. They're over that way somewhere. All right, I am standing between the two bird mounds. One over here to the north, south of me, one to the north. I'm going to raise you up on my little pole here, and maybe you can get a sense of that. Wing, heads towards me here, tail to the back, turn around, got the tail, wing to the right, wing to the left, head heading off that way towards a long linear mound. See our two wings here. and a whole lot of conical mounds around. All right, the birds are straight west of me now. I got a couple other conicals there, little conical mound here, and then there's a bear hiding in here. So right in here is a bear and another conical and another conical. So we've got a bear hiding in this. And there's one more bear we'll go find out. All right, these are always a little difficult to outline. That tree is at his rump, leg going down there. This tree is at the second leg. The head's over here, and it's connecting off sort of to other mounds, but let's go a little higher. And then behind me is another bear facing the same way. This one's a little tangled up with some of the other stuff, because there's another conical mound here, but he's essentially right in here, and the head's over that way. The other leg is here. I hope that helps. That was a little vague. Let's take one last look at this one. We're looking from the head down the body. There's the head going up. Hope that helped. Okay, to put this site in perspective, Effigy Mounds National Monument, both of the units by the Yellow River, and this unit, there are 200 mounds groups, 200 mounds within the entire Park Service territory. They are between 2,500 and 600 years old. This site alone is half of those mounds. There are 100 mounds right here. This is the largest grouping of any of the groupings. Marching bear, very impressive. That's only 10 bears. There's 100 mounds here. This is definitely worth a stop if you're looking at this kind of history. And as a bonus, there's no hill to climb. So the parking area is also a boat landing, and the walk in from the parking area is much shorter than the walk from one end to the other of this grouping. So thanks for coming along on this quick trip. Reference of where I am, Pikes Peak State Park in Iowa is just north of here. Across the river and a little bit up, I'd say, is Wyalusing State Park in Wisconsin. Mark this location on your map for a future time. If you're ever in the area, come on down and check it out. Thanks for watching. Get on out there.